So it's something I've been wanting to try. I wanted to try in October, but it obviously we were playing our other two games. We're trying to balance other things as well. So we're gonna play Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown demo. It's a strategy game, slash survival, where you have to guide Voyager across the Delta Quadrant, like in the show. Right, so if I swap over, okay, that should be changed. Then we kill the music, and then if I start up the game, where is it? Should be in my Steam library still. Where is it? There we go. Bear with me. There we go. Should see the game very shortly. Okay, how are we doing with that one? Okay. So yeah, this demo came out in October as part of Next Best. As I say, didn't get a chance to play it, but I thought since we finished Dead Rising earlier than expected, why not have a go with this just to fill the time a little bit. So let's start a new game. First of 12 sectors and based on in-development build, many things subject to change and optimization, localization into additional language, partial voiceover, updated in special effects. Stardate 48315.6, Captain Catherine Janeway. A new ship, a new crew, a new mission. Today, we embark on a mission to locate a Maquis vessel that has disappeared in the Badlands. Starfleet intelligence believes these terrorists have acquired dangerous new technology. My chief of security, Tuvok, is undercover aboard that ship. I haven't received communication from him in over a week. The Badlands are treacherous. I can only hope he's safe. In the meantime, I have a starship to prepare for launch and a crew to assemble. Speaking of which, our final two crew members have just arrived, Ensign Harry Kim and Tom Paris. It seems I have a few introductions to make. Gentlemen, welcome to Voyager. Ensign Kim, you're fresh from the Academy. Ready for your first deep space assignment? Reporting for duty, Captain. It's an honor to be here. I hope to live up to your expectations. Ensign Kim, I trust you've already met Tom Paris, our esteemed observer. A former Maquis pilot who will help us search for the Badlands for the Maquis vessel. With all due respect, ma'am, observer is hardly a title befitting my talents. I'm the best damn pilot in the sector. Call me pilot extraordinaire, Ensign. Bit smug, Tom. The Maquis. Wow, I've heard a lot of stories about them. Relax. I was with the Maquis only for a few weeks before I was captured and sent to a lovely little penal colony in New Zealand. But prison? Enough chatter, gentlemen. All hands, this is the captain. Report to your stations. Helm, take us into the Badlands. Maximum warp. Ooh. The Badlands, a treacherous region of space where violent plasma storms can cripple even the most advanced starships. Captain Janeway observes the swirling chaos on the view screen, a subtle smile playing on her lips. She's ready for the challenge. Uh-huh. Scanners are picking up no other vessels in the system, Captain. It's your time to shine, Mr. Paris. Any idea where your former colleagues might be hiding? I wasn't exactly Maquis of the Year, Captain, but they did prepare underground bases for remote planets and... Captain, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm reading a coherent tetryon beam scanning us, and a displacement wave heading towards us. Incoming! A colossal wave of turbulent energy surges towards Voyager, its power dwarfing anything the crew has ever seen. With no time to analyze the threat, emergency measures are initiated. Oh no. Red alert. Helm, evasive maneuvers. No effect. The wave will intercept us in 5 seconds. Brace for impact. This does look really, really good. Aftermath. As the crew regains consciousness, they find their bridge in total devastation. Twisted metal, sparking consoles, and injured crewmates paint a grim picture. What just happened? Damage report. Major hull and deck damage. The transporters are offline and we're receiving casualty reports. Bridge to sickbay. Doctor, I've got injured crew on the bridge. Doctor? Damn! Captain, we're losing systems from across multiple decks. The deuterium tanks are empty. Warp core's gone to grey mode. We're on reserves, barely. Mr. Paris, take the helm. Scan the nearest source of deuterium. External sensors are offline. Stellar cartography must be down. Voyager's blind, Captain. Janeway to engineering. We need stellar cartography back online. Now. Welcome to the tutorial. Click on the question mark icon on the left of the screen to revisit any tutorial screen. Some additional tutorials will not pop up during gameplay, but will automatically appear in the tutorial list. Check the new tutorial screens now. Captain, sensors are picking up something out there, but, what Harry is trying to stammer is that we're not in the Badlands anymore. I don't think we're in Kansas anymore, Toto. What is that thing? Where are we? If our sensors are working, we just jumped over 70,000 light years into the Delta Quadrant. So yeah, this is meant to be an adaptation of the first episode, Caretaker. And from what I played in the demo, it's an interesting adaptation. The Delta Quadrant? How? Captain, life support systems are failing. This array will have to wait. Mr. Paris, take the helm. Find us a deuterium source. Endpoints of interest marked with white question marks to reveal resources. Okay. I play this on keyboard and mouse, but it seemed to be alright with the controller, actually. Right, and what do I do? What do we do here? Do we... Can we set a course? No, I guess we need to keep scanning. Uranium. Now we can get deuterium. Navigate your ship by traveling to various locations. While traveling, time passes in the form of cycles. When visiting points of interest, you can choose between different approaches with different risks and outcomes. The different colours of the chance bar represent the possible outcomes. Excellent, dark green, and good, light green, outcomes, more rewards like extra resources, morale, etc. Average yellow can include minor setbacks. Bad orange and terrible red outcomes provide low rewards and medium to major setbacks like destroyed rooms, hull damage, and severe injuries. Alright, so we set a course. Right, so we deploy collector clothes for a safer, though less efficient collection. Risk to maneuver Voyager in the unknown to the unknown of the cloud. Let's take a risk. Oh, Captain, the maneuver paid off. We've collected a massive amount of deuterium. Nice. Captain, we can now deactivate grey mode. Captain, ready to increase warp core output. So the warp core is the reactor that powers the ship. To generate energy, it continually consumes deuterium. Depending on the reactor level, you produce more energy, but more deuterium is required. Set course for Party Town. Salty, how you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Yeah, we've done Dead Rising, and now we're playing a little bit of Voyager. I'm quite looking forward to this. It does have potential. How you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Right, so we need to increase power to the warp core. Oh. Let's just do the one up here. Yeah, I love Voyager 2. Honestly, it's probably my favourite Trek series. That being said, with my Trek knowledge, as far as the classic ones go, I've watched Deep Space Nine all the way through, Voyager all the way through, Enterprise, TOS and Next Generation. I've only watched a handful of episodes. How am I doing today? Yeah, I'm doing alright. I've been relaxing, doing a little bit of tidying, and yeah, just chilling really. But yeah, I'm doing good. Let's say Halloween was uneventful. DS9 lost you after a few seasons. Yeah, I guess it's not for everybody. Our energy levels are returning to normal, Captain. Good. Now, what about this thing? This array? I can't tell, Captain, but our scanners detected a marquee vessel next to it. Scan for life signs. Yeah, DS9 takes a bit to get into, but I was enjoying it by the end. Scan the ship for life signs, Ensign. There's no one on board, Captain. Scan the array. What about the array? Several life forms on board, Captain. Is one of them Vulcan? I'm not sure, Captain. The signals are weak. We'll just have to see for ourselves. I want the transporter room prepared and ready. Mr. Paris, get us the uranium deposit. We'll need it to repair the transporter room. I think the one of the planets we'd scanned had a uranium compound. Did it? Yes, it does. Let's set a course. So yeah, part of the big draw with this is being able to affect the story of this show. Collect any accessible resources or use a tractor beam to clump up the debris for easier collection. You know what? Let's go with the easier one. There we go. We collected anything we could without risk. I'm happy to report it was a considerable amount. Nice. You're setting up a 3D printer. Nice. What kind of things are you looking to 3D print? We now have all the uranium we need. Engineering is standing by to repair the transporter, Captain. Let's repair it. Okay, so the gameplay is a little bit like Fallout Shelter, but honestly, it's not bad. Excuse me. Well, there's a main deflector. Let's see, what else do we have? We've got a shuttle bay, which is damaged. Can we do anything with the system right now? Let's set a course. Transporter room, life support active. Right, okay, let me just get back to where we were. Search for anything valuable. There we go. Nice. Now let's just get back to the caretaker's array. Then, where's the transporter room we repaired? There it is. Transporters are back online, Captain. Mr. Paris, set course to the array. It's time we got some answers. We're already here. But we're already here. Ensign Kim and Mr. Paris, get ready for your first away mission. So we're going to the array. Away missions present a series of challenges. 1. Heroes possess skills 2 and traits 3. Oh yeah, that's labeling them. Select heroes with the matching skills for your away team. Well, we can only really select Tom and Harry, so... There we go. Let's start. Decide on an approach and select the hero to complete the challenge with the appropriate skill. If the skill is lower than the requirements, the success chance will be displayed. Captain, we seem to have materialized in the middle of the cornfield. This place is eerily similar to Earth. Any suggestions on what to do next? So what do we think? Do we look for footprints or special noises, or scan for any life signs? I mean, in Trek fashion, you've got to scan for life signs, but what do you think, chat? I think we scan. Yeah, I think scan too. Yeah, go on, let's do that. Confirm. Harry and Tom use their tricorders to scan for life signs and detect a strange energy spike emanating from a nearby area. Following the readings, they navigate through the corn and find a farm with people working the fields. An old man sits on the porch of a nearby farmhouse strumming a banjo. Oh, why have you come back? You don't have what I need. After a challenge, the participating team members are fatigued, and their skill values are reduced. Let them rest at the next challenge to recover and plan ahead accordingly. Captain, this old man seems harmless enough. He might know what's going on here. How should we approach him? Before I do that, just give a boop in the Discord just to see what we're playing. While I'm doing this, if you want to have a look at the choices and just see what you might think might be best to do. So, we've got... Oh, I dropped my controller. So, demand to know what's going on. Quick, how many missiles do you have? 47. Schleicher! Hey, Schleicher, how you doing? We have 38. Is that 38 the Voyager started with? I don't remember. Okay, so we've got demand to know what's going on. Try to read his body language for clues. Argue with facts. This can't be a farm on Earth and you want to know what's going on. Harry's fatigued, so this has less chance of being successful. But what do we think? Do we demand to know what's going on, read body language, or try and argue? What do we think? Demand to know, read body language, or argue. Body language? Yeah, I'd say body language. Does anybody else have something as well? If not, we'll go with body language. Yeah, we'll go with that, I think. Confirm. Harry and Tom discreetly observe the old man, trying to analyze the body language. Something feels off, like he's putting on an act, but they can't point his finger on why. The old man is perplexed by their presence, muttering about Harry and Tom being early and how it's not their turn yet. He invites them to stay on the farm and wait, offering them some fresh corn cobs. Fresh corn on the cob. Corn on the cob. Do you remember that from the episode? How they ended up on the... this is accurate to the show. They ended up on the array, and it was like a simulation of a farm as a waiting room. Okay, you can select more than one hero for a challenge if they possess the required skill. If the skill value is equal or higher than the required number, you have a chance of critical success. Golden part of the chance bar. Okay. The old man isn't much help. We'll try and find the marquee ourselves. There's a large barn behind the farmhouse. The tricorder readings are off the charts. There's something strange about it, especially behind the back wall. So since the tutorial wants us to do that, I think we'll go for the combined one, I think. That's what they want us to do. Harry and Tom try to disrupt the energy field, causing a flicker in the air. But before they can break the illusion, the people from the field burst in, wielding farm tools as weapons. The old man appears and reveals the barn is an illusion, the back wall dissolving to show a bluish glowing room where unconscious people, including a tattooed man and a half Klingon woman, lie on surgical tables. Sometimes you have to make major decisions that have a large influence how the story proceeds. These decisions are marked with a golden outline. Okay, these people must be the missing Marquis. They are being held here, Captain. We must get them out of here. So, alright then, go on, chat. So we have Chakotay is the tattooed man. And the half Klingon woman is B'Elanna Torres. So, do we wake up Chakotay or do we wake up Torres? What do we think? This one will impact the story. So choose carefully. Meh. Okay, Salty thinks B'Elanna. Alright. You know what? I think we might go with B'Elanna. Your choice has consequences. Harry sprints towards the half Klingon woman, hoping to rouse her. Hello, hello. As he reaches out, the old man stops him, a look of concern on his face. Before Harry can react, a blinding white light fills the room, and everything goes blank. No injury bonus, that's cool. Captain Janeway anxiously awaits the return of her away team when Harry Kim unexpectedly materializes behind her. What happened on the array? So, in the show, if I remember correctly, it was Harry Kim that got kidnapped instead. Whoa. I'm back on Voyager? What happened over there, Mr. Kim? We lost contact with you for several hours. Hours? But we were just there, right? Tom? Tom? Seems like he's still on the array. I hope you have a hidden piloting talent, because we're sure... Captain, we're being hailed by the Marquis. Starfleet, I don't know what you did to our commander, but I can still ram this wreck into your precious starship. Yeah, that sounds like B'Elanna. Ram us? One of our own is also missing. It would make sense to postpone the ramming until we're all accounted for. Does that sound reasonable? Postpone the ramming? We're beaming over. Despite Janeway's invitation, the arrival of the Marquis crew is fraught with tension. Both sides remain wary as they prepare to discuss their shared predicament. Don't play games, Starfleet. We're armed and ready to defend ourselves. And yet you take your station behind... You figured Chakotay was the correct choice. You wanted to see what happened with B'Elanna. I mean, yeah, either one to that I think is valid, to be fair. I wouldn't have it any other way. Glad to have you back, Tuvok. Likewise, Captain. Miss Torres, I must inform you I was inside to infiltrate the Marquis. I never liked you, Vulcan. That is unsurprising. I assure you, I perform my Marquis duties to the highest standards. Batak! You win some, you lose some. Let's focus on bringing back Mr. Paris and your commander back. His name is Chakotay, and we can't get back in that easy. They're sealed and the communications are cut off. Lieutenant Tuvok, get down to engineering and find a way to bypass whatever's jamming our communications. Report back as soon as you have a solution. Captain, the ship's status remains critical. Repair protocols are imperative. We must repair resources, and the engineering op is to mobilize additional workforces. Prioritize life support, secure core decks, and restore Deck 5 functionality first to gain access to the engineering office. I see the holodeck's broken. Right. Activate life support on Deck 5. Switch it on. Life support restored on Deck 5, Captain. Engineering office is now accessible. And, of course, it's a mess. We'll have to fix it before we can even use it. Can we repair it? Yes, we can. Repairs in progress. Until completion, it would be logical to scan all planets in the system to gather more deuterium and uranium. Okay, so where haven't we been yet? Set course. Okay, engineering office is open. Right, it's still repairing. Didn't gather resources. There's only one thing we can choose there. Salvage other parts of the ship. Okay, we didn't find much. We didn't find much, but okay. Anything closer? Oh, our uranium is leaking. Okay, that's okay. That's alright. Well, that's closer. Got more deuterium. Deuterium. Let's go into the cloud. Oh no. Oh. Captain, the dense gas interfered with our sensors. We collided with a floating starship within the cloud. Okay, we took some damage there. We took some damage, but that's okay. Right, let's see what we can get here. Bugger. Got more deuterium over there. There's coffee in that nebula. Alright, so let's try coffee. Enough to keep us going for a while. Nice. Interestingly enough, this demo has been updated since it first came out. It had a bug originally where Neelix would prompt you with messages before you even met him. Oh, it's Tubot doing it instead. Okay. Captain, I need to address the lack of quarters. Many are sleeping in the corridors and morale is suffering. I suggest building new quarters so more people can sleep in their own beds. Yeah, we can build one. We can build one. Yeah, let's get there. Ooh. Right, so... do we have a damaged room we can use? Engineering office fully operational again, Captain. We now have an additional work team to carry out 2 tasks simultaneously. Building or repairing rooms, even clearing rubble, occupies work teams. To be able to carry out several tasks at the same time, obtain additional teams by building or upgrading engineering offices. Logically, we should now focus on Deck 2 and the mess hall to ensure the crew's food supply, maintaining their physical endurance. This requires reactivating life support in that section first. Okay, turn that back on. Life support restored. Hey Relic, how you doing? There's coffee in that nebula. Yes, exactly. Janeway needs a coffee. Things are looking dire. Hope you're doing alright, all prepped for the weekend. For next weekend, I should say. Access to the mess hall is now possible. However, it has sustained extensive damage. Emergency rations are currently deployed. After repair, the crew can access replicator rations again. Yeah, go on, let's fix it. Repairs in progress. Until completion, we should address crew accommodation. Your hubby loves this demo. You're actually going to a con same weekend night. Oh, the con on the Sorry, which same weekend? You mean the Extra Life weekend or the next one? Or next? Oh yeah, the Extra Life weekend. Okay, interesting. Hope you have fun. Ruined room must be cleared to create room for residential sections. Yeah, it has been up. The demo has been updated since I last played it. So I thought, you know what, just have a go. While waiting for our work teams to finish, we should continue to collect more resources. Right, let's have a look and see what you've got. Deuterium. Or deuterium. Yeah, go on. 183 lost due to full storage. Yeah, we do need a cargo bay. Class M planet. The mess halls. Ah! We've got the mess hall. Mess hall repairs are completed, Captain. We should switch to replicator rations now. It would enhance crew well-being. With every cycle, your crew consumed rations. You can always use emergency rations which don't require resources but lower morale. The crew is used to consume premium rations made by the replicator. These increase morale but consume deuterium. Go on, you can add the premium. Treat yourselves. Replicator rations are now issued to the crew, Captain. Right. Okay. Yeah, so we need to focus on we need to get that ruined room operational. In the meantime... Okay. Ruined room removal concluded. Maybe we should rebuild some crew quarters now? It'll do wonders for morale, Captain. Okay. Okay, which was that? Crew quarters. There we go. Nice. Okay, so we've got one crew. So I think the first time I played this, I kind of over-promised things to the crew and just ended up completely under-delivering, which is not exactly what you want to do. Oh, got a call. Hello? Captain, the array's jamming signal has been neutralized. We should be able to establish communication. Let's hope they respond. Hail the array. Oh, who's this? Why are you bothering me? Oh, it's you. Why are you back? You don't have what I need. I remember that voice, Captain. It's the old man with the banjo. But his form is entirely different to how he appeared on the array. And somehow Harry went full Shatner. I'm Captain Janeway of the Federation starship Voyager. We mean you no harm. We just want our people back. Your people? Your people are no longer here. They might have what I need. No, you'll have to leave them. We are entrusted with their safety. Their families and friends rely on us to bring them home. They are our responsibility. I understand. But I had no choice. There just isn't enough time. Time for what? I must honor a debt that could never be repaid. Find something that cannot be found. What are you looking for? Maybe we can help. You? I've searched the galaxy with methods beyond your comprehension. No, there's nothing you can do. No, you're stealing my time. Don't you understand? I don't have time. Not enough time! We've been cut off, Captain. Damn it! We haven't got any closer to Paris or Chakotay. You managed to get something. You Starfleet don't know how to fight, but you sure talk good. Captain, if I may. I have observed the array has been sending energy pulses towards the fifth planet of the neighboring system since our arrival. Given the lack of information regarding our missing crew's location, investigating this planet appears to be the most logical next step. It's the only lead we have. Thoughts, Miss Torres? I don't like this any more than you do, but it'll be easier if we work together. Captain. Helm, set course to the 5th planet of the neighboring system. Let's find our people. Set a course to the 5th planet in the neighboring system. Maximum warp. The sector map shows the entire sector with several star systems. You can either travel directly to another system, or you can scan the system first and select a specific pole to visit. To pole? Right, so, sector. Neighboring system, that one. Clear more ruined room and build emergency quarters for the entire crew. Right, while we're here... Are there any more ruined rooms we can clear? Okay, we haven't got any other teams yet. Oh, where's Voyager? Where is it? There we go. That's what we want. Ocampa. Before we go there, I want to see what's here. Let's just go to the debris field right next to it. Emergency quarters, life support active. Nice. The crew is happy about this fulfilled promise, Captain. Okay, why don't we build another one then? While we're doing that... Oh, that was quick. Oh, I was working on another one, wasn't I? No, wait, hold on. Crew quarters. Yeah, this one, wasn't it? There we go. Go back, go back, go back. Right, that's ready. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Use a trap to beam. Oh, nice. We're not short on supplies, at least so far. Set a course for Ocampa. Okay. I should really stop entering the ship. Captain, we reached our destination. Orders? Continue. Let's see what we have here. Following the caretaker's energy pulses, Voyager discovers a planet with a harsh, unforgiving landscape. Are Tom Paris and Captain Chakotay being held in this place? You know how we haven't ran into yet? What makes this place so special? Why have I made Harry Kim sound a bit like William Shatner? I don't know. Because speaking like this is a bit addicting, if you know what I mean. Harry Shatner, yes. You know what? That could be an extra life redeem. I have to take a look at that, actually, after stream. Do a general scan of the planet, or check energy impulses. We'll do both. Let's see what we can learn about this planet. It has all the basic characteristics of an M-class planet, but no ocean. River, nothing. However, there are settlements. Strange, but intriguing. Anything noteworthy about the energy pulses? They are consistently targeting a single location. A barren piece of the desert. I recommend an away team investigates the area. There is something else. The interval between each pulse has decreased by 0.47 seconds since we left the array. They're getting faster. The entity said he's running out of time, right? Whatever that means, we better hurry. Pair and away team. We'll examine this world firsthand. Oh no. Oh, what? Is somebody there? Captain, a small ship is approaching. They're hailing us. Hang on. Before we do... No, I don't want that. I don't want that. On screen. Oh no! Oh no! Yes, it's Neelix! Run for cover! I just had to do that. Greetings! Looking for something on this dusty old rock? Aw, Neelix. Would we find anything, Mr. Neelix? Never seen a ship like yours. Let me guess. You were whisked away from somewhere else in the galaxy and brought here against your will. Sounds as though you've heard this story before. Sadly, yes. Thousands of times. Well, maybe hundreds of times. Maybe 50 times. But the caretaker has been bringing ships here for months now. The caretaker? That's what the Ocampa call him. He probably snatched some of your crew, too, right? They're likely down on the planet with the Ocampa. But, Captain, it's a tricky place. Dangerous. You could use a guide. Well, of course, a guide needs a little... you know. Compensation? Sounds fair. Wonderful! To be honest, I've had it rough recently. Those pesky void balls nibbling away at my supplies. Some food and water will be most welcome. If you help us find our missing crew, you can have all the food and water you want. It's a deal. Neelix recruited. Rebuild Voyager and explore the system or skip cycles until Neelix is ready to talk. Yeah, let's just get some supplies. Alright, just give me a moment. Okay, sure. What a delicious meal, a culinary masterpiece. I've never encountered such a tangy, but comforting, soothed, yet vibrant concoction. What was it called again? Tomato soup. Tomato soup! I'm something of a culinary wizard myself, you know. My Altharian hair pasta bowl is widely known for the bold, mouth-watering taste. Mr. Neelix, I am pleased you're enjoying yourself, but we need your assistance. Now. Ah, yes, your missing crew. Right. Scan the southern continent and look for a range of dead volcanoes. At their foot, you'll find a Kazon Ogla encampment. Kazon what? One Kazon sect of many. They control part of this quadrant. They're a bit difficult, but with the right approach, even they could be reasoned with. I thought you said the Ocampa had our people. Well, the Ocampa do have your people. It's just finding them is a bit tricky. My old pal May Javen, my Ogla leader, might know where to look. He's a nice guy, a bit gruff, but he owes me a favor. Anything else we should know about this Kazon Ogla? Water's a precious commodity around these parts. The Ogla, they mostly get theirs through trade, so a little liquid diplomacy would go a long way. Okay, we'll send an away team down. Very well. Prepare an away team. And you'll accompany them, Mr. Neelix. Wait, hang on. Isn't Tom missing? Why is he at the con? And I know this is a demo. I'm not going to, like, harp on it, but I find it quite funny. We're supposed to be, Tom is missing. What? Why is he here? I mean, it's a demo. I'm not going to, like, harp on it too much, but, I mean, come on. Well, that's one person retrieved. Right, let's go to Ocampa then. Captain, we reached our destination. Orders? Right, so we have to take Neelix. So we can take B'Elanna, Harry, and Tuvok. Or Tuvok. Let's see. Let's see, who do we take? I'll tell you what, let's take B'Elanna and Tuvok, just so they've all got a chance to level up. Here we go. And Tom's still there! Look! Tom's still there in the artwork. I'm sorry? Excuse me? He's still there. Oh my god. Tom is going to go find himself, yes. Wow, this stream has got more philosophical. There's more philosophy in this stream than I intended. Has he lost himself? The away team materializes in a small valley between the dead volcanoes. The sun burns down on them mercilessly. The air is hot and dry, and a sandy wind whips into their eyes. Captain, our tricorders are malfunctioning, but probably because of the energy impulses. How do we get our bearings in this dust bowl? That seems to be greyed out, so I can't really do anything there. So let's struggle on through to a vantage point. Oh. The away team pushes forward. Tuvok is a botanist? Apparently. The away team pushes forward, battling the strong winds and low visibility. Finally, they emerge onto a ledge with a clearer view of the surrounding area. In the distance, they spot the Kazon Olgla settlement. However, the wind is picking up and a massive sandstorm is approaching from the south. Captain, a sandstorm is heading our way. We need to find cover fast. Design intelligence shelter to withstand the storm. Build a temporary shelter from what you can find. Or analyze the area and evaluate the best cover for the storm. Okay. So we have an innovator on our team, so maybe we'll try that. Let's try that. Oh. B'Elanna wastes no time. Do they even have time to build a shelter? Apparently they do. With impressive efficiency, she swiftly constructs a wind-resistant shelter from the surrounding debris, all the while grumbling at the perceived incompetence of the Starfleet team. After what seems like an eternity, the storm subsides. The away team emerges unharmed and sets off in the direction of the Kazon Olgla settlement. Sometimes certain approaches in away missions bear certain risks. Dangerous approaches are marked with a danger level indicator. Failing such a challenge can result in injuries or even fatalities. So crew members can even die? Oh wow. Captain, we've reached the settlement. How should we approach the people here? So, do we let Neelix do the talking? Approach in a typical Starfleet manner? Or approach intimidatingly, weapons at the ready? Now, from what I remember of the show, letting Neelix do the talking kind of went tits up pretty quickly. Actually, while I'm deciding, I'll turn the lights on. I'll turn the lights on here. So we'll let Neelix do the introduction, I think. Unless somebody has a better idea. We'll see how that goes. Oh! Neelix bounds forward, greeting the Kazon Olgla in his usual boisterous manner. The women and children seem to recognize him, but their expressions are skeptical rather than welcoming. That's worrying. The men approach cautiously, weapons in hand. A tall Kazon emerges from the settlement, Jabin their leader. At the sight of Neelix, his face darkens. In the background, a badly bruised young woman who looks nothing like the Kazon, but more like a human with pointy ears, peers around a corner. Seems like the Kazon don't find Neelix as charming as he led us to believe. How should we appease them, Captain? Kes, yes, exactly. Oh, she was... oh, they shouldn't have got rid of her in the show. I feel like they shouldn't have got rid of her. I mean, apparently to replace Seven, they were going to replace Harry Kim, but he was his actor was voted as one of the top 50 beautiful people in People magazine, I think it was. So they had to pick somebody else, and they went with Kes. But, oh well. Assure them you have no bad intentions. Demonstrate strength to keep the Kazon at bay. Offer water in exchange for information about the Okampa. Well, I mean, we're here for water. So, I think I might follow what the show did and just offer the water, I think. Let's try it. Oh, that was a high chance of failure. The away team offers Jabin water from their replicators. Fascinated by this technology, Jabin accepts the offer and becomes more receptive. He explains the Okampa live underground, their access controlled by the caretaker, who also provides their only source of water. As proof, Jabin points to the bruised Okampa woman he's holding as a slave, explaining that she is one of the few who have managed to reach the surface, when suddenly Neelix grabs a phaser. He points it at Jabin and demands for the Okampa girl to be freed. I was going to say to be released, but that works too. Things are getting out of hand, Captain. We should retreat. Yeah. All three of these are dangerous. Appease and carefully withdraw. That's not probably going to do much. Secure the retreat with phaser fire. Somebody's probably going to get shot. How about we just, make like my pants and split. Let's just run. Ooh. Cast recruited. Nice. Using their tactical training, the away team identifies the safest escape route and quickly retreats. The Kazon erupt in mocking laughter, seeing the away team's flight as a sign of weakness. Despite the taunts, the away team managed to escape with no casualties. Yay! Oh, and a no injury bonus as well. Nice. More than gratitude, safely back on Voyager, Neelix surprises the rest of the away team and hear the rescued woman kiss passionately. How deep does the relationship between the two go? There's been a lot of discussion and debate about that one, which I'm probably not really going to go into much detail here. Yeah. So, how can I even begin to explain this? I mean, the Okampa lived 9 years, so even if you go with the... Even with the in the rules, it's still kind of weird. I mean... Cass would be the equivalent of, from what I understand anyway, Cass would be the equivalent of an Okampan teenager when this happens. So it seems kind of weird. Let's just leave it at that, shall we? My dearest Cass, didn't I promise I'd save you? I knew you would come for me, my love. You lied and endangered my crew. This is not how trust is built, Mr. Neelix. He was desperate, Captain, but I understand. I want to repay you and your crew for saving me. As Jabin said, the access to the underground city is controlled by the caretaker. There is a tunnel, but the caretaker sealed it with a security barrier. We may be able to transport through the barrier, as it had its slightest breach. A transporter signal amplifier would be necessary. Excellent idea. Cass, can you help us once we've located the breach? Of course. It's the least I can do. I'm grateful. Now. Cass, if it's so dangerous on the surface, why did you leave your home? I felt a strong pull to explore the world beyond the city. I yearned for the freedom to discover new things and learn about myself. I mean, yeah. Can't fault her for that. Because in the show, the Ocampa live in this underground city, and they don't really venture out of it. Well, obviously because the Kazon are on the surface, but they seem to just be happy to stay where they are and just follow the caretaker's wishes as well. Seeing my people so dependent on the caretaker, unable to think for themselves, it was unbearable. We were once a people who had full command of our mind's abilities. What can you tell us about the caretaker? For generations, he has provided the Ocampa with food, water, and energy, and protection from the outside world. Any idea why he does it, or where he came from? No. We do have stories and legends about him, but they're just stories and legends. Kess, Mr. Neelix, I'm curious, how did you two meet? I met Kess while I was trading with the Kazon Ogla. They enslaved her, but she was kind even to someone like me. I had to get her out. He visited, brought me gifts, made me laugh. He was the only good thing about that terrible place. We fell in love. I admit I used you, Captain, but I apologize, but I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Alright, someone get started on a transporter signal amplifier. And Kess, we'll go to sickbay and have you examined. Right, we need to do some repairs, don't we? So let's repair sickbay first. And can we repair this? Oh, right, okay, we don't have teams for... Right, let's repair both of them while we're here. Right, while they're doing that, let's see what materials we can get from here. Captain, the science lab is back online. We can start researching the signal amplifier. Okay. Yeah, let's get that researched. Ah, sickbay is online. Injured and sick crew will be placed in the sickbay automatically. After treatment, they'll go back to work. Increase the efficiency of the sickbay by assigning a suitable hero. Computer, initiate emergency medical holographic program. With no other options available, Captain Janeway activates Voyager's emergency medical hologram. A shimmering figure materializes in sickbay, ready to provide critical care. Probably one of the best characters in Voyager. Please state the nature of the medical emergency. Doctor, our chief medical officer is dead. You'll have to take care of sickbay for now. And this patient, Kess. There's no need for concern. I am capable of treating any injury or disease. A broken ulna, a few minor injuries, minor bruises and grazes. Nothing I can't handle. You are the most capable hand, young lady. Thank you, Doctor. That's very kind of you. I expect to do your best, Doctor. Do my best? Captain, I am programmed for optimal medical care. What would I do? What else would I do? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a patient to attend to and a sickbay to reorganize. Oh, Doctor, if you only knew. If you only knew your amazing journey at the end over the show. Okay. So, that is researching. Right. Captain, the blueprints of the signal amplifier are complete. However, to start production, we need to repair the workshop. Captain, we've got a major problem brewing down in engineering. Deuterium levels are critical. This ship won't last long without a refuel. If we don't locate a new supply soon, we'll be adrift to space with no energy and no life support. We need to act fast. Okay, we need to stock up on deuterium. Please tell me I have something. The crew is happy about this fulfilled promise, Captain. Yay! Alright, that worked out pretty well. Set course. Let's do... Nice. Captain, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the cargo bay is overflowing. If we find any more of it, we'll have nowhere to put it. We would just lose valuable resources. I was wondering if we can expand our storage capacity, perhaps with a new cargo bay. Okay, sure, we can do that. Do I have a ruined room handy? We need to fix the workshop. Where's the workshop? Tech tree. Research hull reinforcement. Where is the workshop? That's the torpedo launch bay. Okay, life support is disabled. We can't send crew there. Oh, there's the workshop. Fix that. Clear up that one. Okay. So we can build another cargo bay. Right, while we're here, we can just go and take a look for any resources. Could provide valuable scientific data. Workshop repair, Captain. We can start production of the signal amplifier. Good, get on it. Conduct a detailed analysis. Only partially successful. Okay. So, while we're here, set a course. Right. How's the ruined room coming along? Where is it? Alright, okay. I want to build cargo bay. There we go, Harry. You happy? The signal amplifier has been completed and ready for use, Captain. It would be wise to make haste back to the Ocampa. Okay, let's go then. Nice. I'm doing a lot better than this at this than I did the first time I played it. Because the first time I played this, by the end of it, the crew was ready to throw me off the ship. Nice. Captain, we reached our destination. Orders? Okay, so we need to take Kess with us. So who should we take for our away team now? We've got Balana, Harry Kim, Tuvok and Neelix. So we need to, so who do we take? I'm thinking we'll take Balana and Harry, but I'm curious to see what chat thinks. Okay. Okay, we'll take Balana and Harry. Agreed. Nice. I mean, it makes sense. Okay, let's go. Upon materializing near the tunnel entrance, a group of Kazon is already there, tinkering with the security barrier in frustration. As they notice the away team, they draw their weapons. The cowards have returned, some of them shout. Captain, the Kazon look even more aggressive this time. What are our orders? Well, there's only one thing I can really do. Diversion with explosives. The away team quickly assembles a makeshift explosive device in their equipment. The explosion catches the Kazon completely off guard, causing chaos and confusion. The away team uses the distraction to slip past the disoriented Kazon and enter the tunnel. Captain, we've reached the tunnel entrance, using the transporter signal amplifier now to find possible breaches in the barrier. Okay, we've got all 3 of them, so... The away team deploys the transporter signal amplifier, scanning the barrier for any vulnerabilities. After a tense few minutes, they locate a small breach in the energy field. They successfully transport themselves through the opening and into the tunnel. Beyond the barrier, the tunnel opens into a breathtaking sight. Embedded into a large cavern, a futuristic environment with smooth, white walls emerges in front of the away team, glowing in a warm white light littered with patches of green. The Ocampa City. Captain, we're inside the Ocampa City, but it's a mess of streets and chambers. How do we proceed to find Tom and Chakotay? Well, let Kess lead the search. Kess approaches a group of Ocampa, respectfully asking for assistance in locating the missing Tom and Chakotay. The Ocampa, touched by her concern, eagerly provide directions to a medical facility. The away team eventually finds their crew members awake but disorientated, surrounded by strange medical equipment. Chakotay instinctively reaches for a weapon. Before any confrontation can occur, the ground starts to shake violently. A message from Captain Janeway cuts through the joy of reunion. The caretaker array has apparently repositioned itself and is now firing at the tunnel entrance. We need to get out of here. Okay, so they're both kind of dangerous. Lead the team through the collapsing tunnels? Oh no! The team struggles to make quick decisions in the chaotic situation. Separated and disoriented as the tunnels collapse around them, they suffer serious injuries. Eventually they manage to regroup and reach the exit. The security barrier, the only thing standing between them and their escape. The tremors are interfering with the signal amplifier's focus, Captain. The connection is constantly being interrupted. We can't beam out like this. Okay. Okay, this is tense. Do we stabilize the transporter amplifier by adjusting its frequency and modulation, or analyze the tremors interference pattern and recalibrate the transporter signal amplifier accordingly? We'll try this. Working quickly, the away team adjusts the transporter signal amplifier frequency and modulation, compensating for the tremors. The transporter signal stabilizes, allowing the away team to lock onto the beam and materialize safely back on Voyager. Nice. Chakotay recruited. Back on Voyager, Tom Paris breathes a sigh of relief while Chakotay eyes his Starfleet rescuers with suspicion. The Marquis commander struggles to understand this sudden alliance. Captain Chakotay, welcome aboard Voyager. I'm Captain Catherine Janeway, and Mr. Paris, it's good to have my pilot back. What? No champagne? Not even the replicated... I'm Commander Chakotay of the Marquis. Torres, what's going on here? Long story, Chakotay. Short version, we're stuck with Federation sycophants in the Delta Quadrant. And we share a common goal. Getting back home. Anything you learned on the planet that could help us? Did you learn anything about the caretaker? They say he's been acting out the ordinary lately, abducting people. And he increased the power supply to half a decade. And he destroyed the tunnels. Sounds like he's preparing for something, but what? What can you tell us about the Ocampa? Naive, friendly, they don't get out much. And that's good, because they wouldn't survive. Apparently, they've been living underground for longer than anyone can remember. That's true. Our ancestors lived on the surface once. Ancient journals tell us about the caretaker opened a deep chasm and led us underground. Any idea why? They mentioned, warming? The day our surface turned into a desert. On that day, the caretaker appeared and built our city. Since then, he has provided for the Okampa. A debt that can never be repaid. Say again, Lieutenant Tuvok? There is enough evidence for me to form a reasonable hypothesis, Captain. The Okampa homeworld turned into a desert from one day to the next. The caretaker's immediate arrival turned out to be no coincidence. It seems he is responsible for the ecological damage, building the underground city and caring for them. He seems to be trying to make amends. In addition, Ensign Kim mentioned the caretaker provided Okampa with a mere 5 years' worth of energy. That was Tom. That was Tom that said that. Coupled with the destruction of the access tunnels, and his frequent references to running out of time, the logical conclusion is he does not intend to continue his role as caretaker. I believe he is dying. If he dies, how the hell are we supposed to get home? The caretaker mentioned you might have what he needs. Can you make sense of that? We woke up covered in scabs. The Okampa said we were sent away to prevent some kind of plague. Except we weren't sick before. They also mentioned others with the same disease, but they didn't last. They died? I want you both in sickbay now. Captain, their condition is unusual. It appears to be a cellular disruption caused by the introduction of foreign genetic material. Their bodies are rejecting it rather violently, I might add. They are fortunate in a few more days the cellular disruption would have been fatal. Foreign genetic material, but for what purpose? An excellent question, Commander. It seems to have been introduced deliberately, though why anyone would want to inject them with incompatible DNA is beyond my comprehension. Prognosis, Doctor? I've already started the treatment. With my expertise, they should make a full recovery. The Doctor's discovery further confirms my hypothesis, Captain. Oh my god. Excuse me. The caretaker is enacting measures to safeguard the Okampa for as long as possible. However, they will run out of energy eventually, so he seeks a successor, one who would continue his work. This explains the abduction and the subsequent testing of individuals from various sectors. So, what, is he trying to reproduce with them, or is he trying to give them caretaker-like powers, or anything like that? I don't know. If he dies before finding a suitable successor, we'll be stranded. We'll have to return to the array before it's too late. Captain, given the caretaker's reluctance to cooperate, a more assertive approach may be necessary. The Vulcan's right. If that overgrown energy blob won't send us home, we'll blast our way out. Phasers, torpedoes, the whole shebang. I believe a bit of tactical planning is in order. Shields first, then phasers. Okay. We need to prepare the shield generator, phaser control room, and torpedo launch bay. Where are they? Right, that's one. Torpedo bay, where are you? While they're doing that, I just want to see what materials we can grab. Set a course. Oh! Captain, I need to address the lack of quarters. Many are sleeping in the corridors, but morale is suffering. I suggest building new quarters so more people can sleep in their own beds. Yeah, we'll build more quarters in a minute. What we got? Nice. Do we have a Do we have that cargo bay built? Where is it? All right. Okay. Let's clear out another ruined room. You know what? We'll do that, and then we'll repair the shield generator. Yeah, I'm not going to build quarters for the whole crew. That will not be possible. Our offensive and defensive capabilities have been restored, Captain. We're as ready as we'll ever be. Let's show this quadrant what we're really made of. Right, before we do that... Right, so I'm going to build some more quarters in here. That'll do. Now, the crew is happy about the fulfilled promise, Captain. Thank you, Neelix, even though you weren't the one who came to me about it. Let's just go. Let's just take a risk. YOLO. Nice. Okay, so... Oop. Oh, that's how you pause. Okay. So let's get back here. So this is where the first episode had its big climax. So we need to get back to the array. Captain, we reached our destination. Orders? It seems we were expected, Captain. It's the Kazon. They're hailing us. They're probably not calling to chat. I'll have our Marquis Raider manned. You'll have support if this turns into a fight, Captain. Excellent idea. But let's see what the Kazon have to say first. Ah, the cowards have returned. Come to beg for scraps, have you? All we care about is getting home, Jabin. We will beam over to the array and see if we can arrange that. No, I won't allow it. We have no dispute with you. Of course not. Cowards rarely do. This is absurd. We have no intention of challenging you. Then step aside and let the strong claim the prize. The array is mine. Jabin, can we discuss this like two civilized... He's disconnected, Captain, and they're powering up their weapons. Battle stations. Each combat encounter, you may choose up to 3 heroes to utilize their specific strengths and abilities. Click on the plus symbols to select new heroes. Okay, so we can skip the combat if we want to, but we're going to try it out. So, I'm going to see. So we'll have Tuvok, coordinated attack. Harry Kim, shield hacking. Who should we pick for the last one? Got Chakotay, Maki Maneuver, Balana, Warp Core Overcharge, Neelix with a Rousing Speech, Tom Paris with Evasive Maneuvers, and Kess with a Telepathic Attack. Bear me 1 second. Right, I think we'll go with Tom. Let's start the combat. The Voyager will fight semi-autonomously. Phasers are fired automatically, torpedoes manually. You control the ship by opening the command menu and deciding how to approach the enemy. What are your orders, Captain? Order your ship to try and attack a side or defend a side with either defensive or offensive movements. Fleeing requires enemy engines to be damaged, while surrendering costs resources in the form of payment. You can repair 4 damaged subsystems. Proceed to offensive movement. Yeah, offensive actions. Weapons. Target the warp core. In battle, the hero's abilities can be activated by selecting them or pressing the number keys. I don't know what that is on console because I've got a controller. The blue countdown indicates the ability is activated, while a white countdown shows the cooldown time. Okay. Okay. Shield hack. So, okay, it works a little tiny bit like Star Trek Online, I guess. Can it actually move? Torpedoes have to be fired manually. Shift key or left trigger on the controller. They are very powerful weapons, causing great damage to systems and hull. However, the effect is negligible against shields, so make sure you fire from the right angle. Enemy shield destroyed, Captain. An enemy ship has surrendered, Captain. Okay, so there's two of them. Which ship are we targeting? Oh, right, okay. Okay, we won! Nice! That went better than expected. Our raid is still in good shape. I'll keep it close by, just in case more Kazon decide to show up. That's a bit different from how it went down in the show, because, I mean, they lost the raider ship. You are strong, Captain. There are strength in numbers, but I've called for reinforcements. The array will be mine. Then I guess we don't have much time. Hail the array. Well, aren't you persistent? We need you to send us back where we came from. Impossible. I've barely enough strength to complete my work. I must protect the Ocampa. If I don't, the Kazon will steal their water. It won't be able to survive. Something you did turned their planet into a desert, didn't it? That was the debt that could never be repaid. We were explorers from another galaxy. We had no idea our technology would devastate their atmosphere. Two of us were chosen to stay behind and care for them. Two? Where's the other? She went up to look for more interesting places. I wonder if the game will adapt that episode, because they do meet her again. They do meet her, but that won't be until halfway through season 2. Did you ever consider allowing the Ocampa to care for themselves? They're children. Children grow up. They need challenges. Maybe the Ocampa are stronger than you think. You've dragged us into this. You need to send us... Captain, Jaden wasn't bluffing. His reinforcements have arrived. I could try and access the array system to transport us to the Alpha Quadrant, Captain. No, I'm afraid time is up. If you leave, the array will be left to the Kazon. They will annihilate the Ocampa. You must destroy it. Don't listen to him. We'll be stranded. Please protect the Ocampa. What is right and what is easy? The caretaker fades away, collapsing into an inert crystalline form. Janeway is now faced with an impossible choice. Return home to the Alpha Quadrant, leaving the Ocampa defenseless, or sacrifice Voyager's return to ensure their safety. Clock is ticking. Okay, so I'm going to leave that to the chat. So, in the show, Voyager does destroy the array, and they're stuck in the Delta Quadrant, and that leads to the whole show. However, this game does give you the option to use the array to go home. So, I'm going to leave it to you. Do we use the array to go home, or do we destroy it? What do we think? Alright, 1 vote for home. We'll see if anybody else says anything, and if not, we'll use the array to go home. It's not guaranteed to be successful, by the way, because of this game's RNG setting, but we can try it. I'll leave it a bit longer if anybody else wants to say anything. Okay. He's gone. Captain, the Kazon are closing in. Shall I try and access the primary systems to send us back? You know what? Yeah, let's use the array to go home. Protecting the Ocampa would violate the Prime Directive. My responsibility is to this crew. Access the control systems. We're going home. You're abandoning the Ocampa? To hell with your Prime Directive. They deserve a chance to live. It's my ship, Commander. Tuvok, now. Attempting to access the primary control system, Captain. Transit program initiated. The array is ready. Now, I have about 1 million... Nuh-uh. Home sweet home, yes. Now, I have my own rationale here with them. Now, the game doesn't really convey this very well, but in the actual show, Tuvok mentions that they can use the array to get home, but it will take several hours to activate. Now, it could be like a normal like Star Trek exaggeration, like, oh, this will take 5 hours, oh, you've got 2, or things like that. But another thing people are forgetting, on the trip here, Voyager got fucked up. I mean, what's to say they won't survive the trip back? I mean, at least not without heavy damage, if anything. I mean, there's about 1,000,001 factors. It's just like, some people say, oh, why don't they just put a time bomb and then just go home that way? I mean, what fuse do you have that lasts about several hours? I mean, oh my word. But yeah, that's my mini little rant anyway, because some people are like, oh, why does she blow up the array? Is she stupid? I mean, but yeah, we'll see what the game says. Engage. Janeway makes the call. Voyager will return home. Tuvok activates the caretaker's technology and a bright white light engulfs the ship. Uncertainty hangs in the air. Will it work? Will they make it back? Time seems to freeze as the crew braces for the unknown. Home again, home again. Voyager materializes in the Alpha Quadrant. A familiar star's a welcome sight, but the joy of returning home quickly fades as Starfleet and Maquis meet eyes. Just moments ago they were allies, united by a common goal. Now, back in familiar territory, the reason for their alliance has vanished. We're back. We actually made it. You abandoned the Ocampa, Janeway, left them to the Kazon. Another powerful enemy preying on the weak, just like the Cardassians. I won't apologize for putting my crew first, Chakotay. If you remember, the only reason you and I formed this alliance was to get our people home safely. And now we're back to being enemies? You're just going to hand us over to Starfleet? Ooh, this is a cheeky choice. Because my avatar is blocking the way, the choices are arrest the Maquis or let them go. So, arrest the Maquis or let them go. Just to put it in context, in the show, Janeway was sent to to find this Maquis ship and bring them back. So, anyone have any feelings one way or the other? You know what? Let's arrest them for the lulz. I respect what we've accomplished together, Commander. But my loyalty belongs to Starfleet. You and your crew will be detained. I should have known better. Starfleet will always be Starfleet. You bastards! We fought side by side with you, saved your ship, we helped you get home. You can't do this. I can, and I will. Lieutenant Tuvok, escort the commander and his crew to the brig. Aye, Captain. Commander, if you please. You taught about unity, about working together, about always the noble heroes until it's inconvenient. You sicken me, Janeway. Captain, with all due respect, this isn't right. They helped us get home. They saved my life. We can't just imprison them. Kept you waiting, huh? Hey, Eiko, how you doing? How you doing? I know this is difficult, but sometimes duty requires us to make difficult decisions. Personal feelings cannot interfere with our obligations to Starfleet. But is duty always right? Captain Janeway acted in accordance with Starfleet protocol. It was the only logical choice. So, does that mean oh my god. I'm heading back to that penal colony. Because, honestly, I'd rather take my chances with the Borg than locked up with Chakotay and the others. With hunger, you couldn't sleep at night, so slept 4 hours before the shift at convenience store. Oh, no. I hope you keep yourself well. I mean, lack of sleep isn't good. Oh, my word. Hope you're doing okay. Yeah, look after yourself, please. I made you a promise, Mr. Paris, didn't I? And perhaps a certain pilot with your unique skills might find himself back on Voyager sooner than he thinks. That's music to my ears, Captain. I'll show Starfleet what this pilot extraordinaire can really do. Well, gentlemen, it seems our adventure has come to an end. Don't you have Nev fresh handmade cookies? Sadly, no. They're all gone. It's time to report in, and for a coffee break. There's coffee in that nebula. You've reached the end of the demo. You've escaped fate and brought Voyager home against all odds. A peaceful return, but you missed out on all the exciting adventures and discoveries the crew wouldn't have experienced otherwise. The adventure you've chosen to skip is waiting for you. Add Star Trek Voyager across the unknown to your wish list. You don't have to sell me on that. You know what? We'll see what we'll continue on and see where it leaves us. Right, so if we fly back to the array, we're going to go with another choice. We're going to skip the combat and the story, but there we go. Build more quarters. There we go. Fly there. But yeah, basically, this is the whole changing the story of the show thing. So yeah, this whole thing's promising different alternate choices. I'm really liking this demo so far. Okay, we won't need it. We will not need it. We're at the end of the demo. But yeah, I'm really liking this one. Obviously, with it needs music, more music and voiceovers. But honestly, it's got a lot of promise. Skip to choice. Skip to choice. Right. Okay. Skip. And obviously, you can auto resolve the combat. Okay. Right. Okay. Come on. Right. Send us home. So, we're going to go back home again. But, I want to, see what happens when you let the Maquis go. It still might not succeed. Oh. Also, Kess doesn't really make any comment because we've just left her homeworld to die. And she doesn't really say much of anything. So, let the Maquis go. Chakotay, we've been through a lot. I can't ignore that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to make a full report how to Starfleet Command, how the Maquis regrettably evaded our attempts to apprehend them. When I return to the bridge, I trust the crew, you and your crew, will have made yourselves scarce. Chakotay, damn it, what are we waiting for? Let's get out of here. Consider this a parting gift. Farewell. Thank you. Goodbye, Captain. Captain, letting the Maquis go is a breach of Starfleet protocol. Logic dictates they should be held accountable to their crimes. Hang on. I'll read that in a second, Aiko. Let me just stretch a minute. Oh, my nose. You wonder what part of the male body is sexy for female. They ask about... One point, there was a conversation happening at one side yesterday about fan service. A chick saying it would be nice also having a fan service for them. And wonder what would be sexy. The back, the chest. I mean... well, okay. I mean, yeah, there should be equal opportunity for fan service, of course. We are not logic fueled on this ship. No, we are not. I mean, there's some people who will be able to talk about that more, with more expertise than I can. You say. I mean, I can think of a few things. We owe it to them. We owe them a debt, Lieutenant. They helped us get Harry back. They fought us alongside us against the Kazon. Without them, we wouldn't have made it home. I fail to see how a debt justifies compromising Starfleet security protocols, Captain. B'Elanna, the Maquis, they saved my life. What they did in the past, it doesn't matter. As I say, I can think of a few things. The Roshi of your crew. I won't complain about their help either. But the thought of going back to New Zealand are not exactly my idea of a happy ending. Perhaps you could pull a few strings for me with Starfleet Command, Captain? Mr. Paris, your service aboard Voyager will be noted in my report to Starfleet Command. Hopefully they will take that into account when reviewing your case. I see. Thanks, Captain, I guess. Well, gentlemen. Yeah, okay, it says the same thing. And we might as well do the destroy the array option. We might as well do the destroy the array option while we're here. Right. Get back to the array real quick. Four quarters. Get back to the array quickly. Nice. Okay. Well, we'll have to see what we do about that one then. Skip. Skip to choice. Skip to choice. I'm going to auto-resolve this again. We've done the combat once. Nice. Come on. Send us home. Yeah, I'm just skipping through this just so I can get to the other choice. Protect your compa. Right, okay. Destroy the array. We never asked to be involved, but we are. I won't trade the Ocampa for our convenience. Lieutenant Tuvok, ready the Tricobolt devices. What are you doing? The array's the only way out of here. You can't... I can, and I will. Tricobolt devices ready, Captain. Fire. We'll find another way home. I promise. Who do you think you are, making the decision for all of us? It was the right decision, Milana. The Ocampa, they remind me of our people. We are fighting a more powerful enemy to protect our own. The Ocampa deserve that too. 70,000 light years. We're really stranded, aren't we? Great! Now I'll definitely miss my next Outmeet review. A misbehavior review should not be your primary concern at the moment, Mr. Barris. Ah, thanks, Tuvok. Hadn't thought about that. Jabin is hailing us, Captain. You have made an enemy today. Mr. Paris, put some distance between us and this place. Voyager's hull can be damaged in combat, dialogue, spatial phenomena, or if the main deflector is offline. If the integrity reaches 0, Voyager will be destroyed and the game is over. Doesn't regenerate by itself. To repair the hull, assign a work team to the engineering office. Right, okay. Before we do that, quickly get some deuterium. Oh, we're in grey mode. Oh, crap. Right, okay. Let's just grab it. There we go, we're back on. Now let's just get back on the ship. Where's engineering? Turn that back on. Turn the mess hall back on. Oh, hold on. Life support's gone as well. Oh, shoot. Get replicator rations back on. Alright. Okay. So... a Talaxian freighter. Scan it on the way. Okay. Where's the third system? There we go. Set a course. Right. Let's just check and see what supplies we can get. Deuterium, this way. Grab. Nice. Okay, let's just get here. The caretaker is dead. To prevent the Kazon from seizing control of his array, I was forced to destroy it. Jabin, the leader of Kazon Ogla, has predictably declared Voyager an enemy. We are truly stranded in the Delta Quadrant, with a hostile Kazon sect on our tail. We should put some distance between ourselves and this disastrous encounter as possible. It's okay, we've got this asteroid. 70,000 light years from home. It seems we're in this together, Commander. Your decision didn't win you any friends. Kazon, Maquis, and Starfleet, but I respect you for it. Their anger is justified, but we have more pressing concerns. 2 crew on 1 ship, stranded in the Delta Quadrant, fighting for survival. I know a thing or two about survival. The Maquis are a motley crew. We had to learn to put our differences aside and work together to coexist. Coexist? Well, Commander, I'd like to offer you the position of Voyager's first officer. That's the thing, yeah. The Voyager's first officer when they left the Alpha Quadrant isn't in this game. Cavit. First officer? You willing to trust a Marquis with that responsibility? I'm learning to adapt. This is a new beginning. A chance to forge a new path. Together. Neelix, Kess, you wanted to see me? Do you need anything else before you leave? Supplies? Water? Medicine? Well, that's what we wanted to discuss. We'd like to go with you. Before you say anything, Captain, we both very much want to be a part of your journey. I can offer you so much in the sector, Captain. Need a guide? Supplies? Contacts? And a cook? Ooh, you haven't lived till you tasted my Anglo Basque. Well, more than that, Captain, I can be your morale officer. Keep those smiles bright on that long voyage home. I have a feeling you'll need that. A guide, a cook, and a morale officer? That's quite an offer, Mr. Neelix. And Kess, what about you? What do you hope to gain from this journey? I want to see the galaxy. There's so much out there I don't know. I have so much to explore and discover. Perhaps this journey could help me understand my own telepathic abilities later. Learn more. Develop them. But I also want to help. As the doctor cured my wounds, I realized I want to help people too. Maybe I can learn from him, assist in sickbay. I think the doctor will be glad to have you. Very well then. Welcome aboard. Captain, you might want to see this. Looks like we stirred up a little trouble, in a good way, I think. A sudden distress call reveals Voyager's victory over Jabin sparked a mass escape from the Kazon slave camp. Janeway wastes no time ordering the desperate survivors to be beamed aboard. Neelix is surprised to find another Talaxian, Jabin, who was captured while exploring the Ocampa landscape, gratefully joins a growing crowd of survivors seeking the Doctor's care. Persona moment there with the Doctor, yeah, definitely. I am thou, thou art I. Oh, we've got 13 crew members. 13 more mouths to feed. Alright, everybody, listen up. We're alone. In an uncharted part of the galaxy. Ripe for scientific discovery, we face the unknown with open minds, eager to explore and learn. To survive, we must work together as one crew. As the only Starfleet vessel in the Delta Quadrant, we'll continue to explore, but our primary goal is to find a way back to the Federation. 75 years is unacceptable. We'll search for shortcuts and new technologies to get us home faster. Somewhere along this journey, we'll find a way back. Clears lips 500 cigarettes. Well spoken, Captain. Mr. Paris, you've proven yourself a skilled pilot and a valued member of this crew. I hereby appoint you as our flight control officer. For the first time in my life, I don't know what to say. Perhaps a stage you would like to embrace more frequently from now on, Lieutenant Paris. Oh. Lieutenant Paris has a nice ring to it, don't you think? Oh, that's Tom talking. Hey, Harry, I bet your own promotion's just around the corner. Oh boy, imagine me becoming captain one day. For those of you who not watched the show, Harry Kim, so he starts off the show as an ensign, fresh out the academy. He ends the show 7 years later as still an ensign. Not for any specific reason. I think the official reason was basically, oh, there's limited room for advancement on this ship. But you see a couple of promotions anyway. Tom Paris gets demoted from lieutenant to ensign and then to lieutenant again. But he still stays an ensign. I think the producers, when asked about it, basically said, well, someone has to be the ensign. Yeah, they didn't like Harry, did they? Very well, gentlemen. As first official act in your new position, Lieutenant Paris, set a new course. We're flying home. Captain, you've reached the end of the demo. You made the brave choice to destroy the caretakers of Array, stranding your crew far from home for the greater good. The real adventure starts now. Add Voyager to your wish list, and be ready to continue your mission when the full game launches. You can keep exploring if you want, but this is going to be the end of the stream, so we're going to wrap up and see who's on I can go and send you off to. Before that, we're going to do one more reminder of our announcement. Oh, where's the music? Credits. There we go. While I get my music back on. Okay. So, next weekend is Extra Life Weekend. So, there are 2 events going on. One on Friday, 7th of November, and that's a Tomb Raider 5 remastered race. And then, from the 8th of November, at 10 AM UK time, ending at 11:30 PM UK time, is a Tomb Raider marathon where we would go between different streamers, playing different games, and raising money for Extra Life, !charity. But yes, thank you, Aiko, as well, for the command shoutouts. But yeah, I will be participating in the weekend marathon on Sunday the 9th with playing Nordic Adventure by Feder. And also, if by chance I hit my $350 goal, we're about $90 away from that now. By the end of the stream on Sunday, when we eventually play King's Quest V, I will sing Girl in the Tower from King's Quest VI. So, there's your incentive. So, what's happening before then, though? On Wednesday, we are returning to The Devil in Me for its finale. So, me and Lily will be going through that. There isn't much of that game left. I also have Katamari Damacy Reroll, which is our most recent unlocked Extra Life incentive, on standby for that game, for that stream, because we don't have much of The Devil in Me left. So, bear with me. I'm going to see who's on I can go and send you off to. Let me have a look. How about... I tell you what, because we've not really raided him before, how about I go and send you off to Lion Reversed, who's doing Sonic Racing Cross Worlds at the moment. Yes, Katamari. So there's my raid command if you wanted to use it yourself. Thank you for everyone who came in and said hello. I'll be back on Wednesday with Lily Jericho for Devil in Me at the later time of 8:30 UK time. Have a pleasant night, and good night.